finally made it to California. It's been a long time coming, a lot of states, a lot of experiences. I don't know where I'm going tonight, but it is that away. Palm trees. I think they're the biggest reminder of how far southwest I've come. It doesn't feel like I've come so far since I've been traveling in such short bursts, but this is really cool. These are beautiful. Right now I'm in Borrego Springs, which is an interesting small town against the mountains that I just passed through. I'm just kind of checking it out. I had no plans to stop here. I'm heading toward Julian, California. I picked Julian because it's inland from the Pacific a little bit, but it's past the desert a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see. It's a small town. The temperatures are going to be a lot cooler, which is a big motivating factor. So I'm on my way there. Crossing the Pacific Crest Trail on the way to Julian, California. The Pacific Crest Trail has special meaning to me, and not just the PCT. The CDT and the Appalachian Trail. My adventure that I'm on now was inspired by thru hikers. I can pinpoint the exact day that I went on a day hike on the Appalachian Trail, and I had the inkling of an idea to set off on an adventure of my own. And my adventure was originally going to be an Appalachian Trail thru hike, but it became an overland adventure instead. It's what these trails represent that's meaningful to me. A lot of people dare to live here. They break free from convention and take a chance, often spending months at a time journeying across the country, discovering interesting places and discovering a lot about themselves. So this, in essence, is spiritually similar to my overland journey.
Financing offers. Hurry to the Honda 4th of July sales event. Visit SD.
I'll do it. Okay. You said 2 cups? Take it out.
So Julian, California is really cool. I knew it would be a charming small town, but I didn't quite expect it to be as much of an attraction as it was. A lot of cool shops and restaurants, and that was a highlight of my day. Overall, however, I did not have a very good day. After I spent a little bit of time in Julian around lunchtime, I set off to find a place to camp. I burned a lot of gas today just running around trying to find a nice campsite. I don't have the money to do that. The good news is I did find a place to camp. It's a PCT access parking lot, so it's just a parking lot, but it's in the higher elevation, so it's nice and cool. It's probably in the mid-70s right now, which is awesome. It hasn't felt that way in a couple weeks. But I'm sort of at a loss of where to go from here. I definitely want to get to the coast, but I want to do it with a lot of free camping and ample places to work, you know, coffee shops, Starbucks, small towns, stuff like that. But I'm not seeing it here in SoCal, so I'm really kind of nervous. I'm going to need to get online and do some research. This is abandoned Highway 80, which runs through the Jacumba Mountains. It's right off of Interstate 8. So I think when Interstate 8 was made, they just put this to disuse. This morning I was at Granny's Kitchen in Julian, California again. I stopped there for a coffee and to do the internet. I decided to hit up a couple forums and ask for advice on where to stay near San Diego, since I'm drawing a lot of blanks and it's stressing me out. I posted on Expedition Portal and I joined Overland Bound for the first time and posted a couple things on there too. Had a really positive response on Overland Bound. Haven't figured out anything yet, but I'm well on my way. So hopefully in a few days I'll know where I'm going to go to next. Right, it's 5:30 a.m. near Asatillo, California. I'm going to commence the Goat Canyon hike to the railroad trestle. It's 3 miles in and 3 miles back, and I've got about 2 gallons of water with me. If I find that I'm running low or getting too hot, I'm going to bail on the hike, and that'll be unfortunate, but safety first. So I'm gonna get moving before the sun gets too high. Alright, I'm not even a mile in, and I spooked my first rattlesnake. It's there behind that rock somewhere at this point. But it's still before 6 a.m. It's 90 degrees. I haven't even gone a mile. I just don't think I should do this. The bridge that I was going to is the Goat Canyon Trestle Bridge. It is the largest wooden railroad trestle bridge in the world, and it's 3 miles that way. Instead of a hike in the desert where it's 105 degrees and there are deadly snakes, I'm going to do a 4th of July parade in Julian. It's 75 degrees here, and I have coffee, and life is good.
She's my hostage! Behave yourself now! Don't be shooting this girl! Get out of here, girl!
They were only acting like 12.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, murder in the streets.
Ladies and gentlemen, Euphoria Brass Band! From head to toe, best in show!
In a moment, I'll be meeting my friend Marco, who is Overland X on Instagram. Marco drives a really cool white Rubicon X, so he should be here shortly. He's gonna show me around, I think. Alright, I'm with Marco, Overland X on Instagram, and we're getting lunch in Julian. Marco's going to take me on a tour of some of the more interesting places in the Anza-Borrego. So I'm going to turn the camera toward him and he can tell us where we're going.
I want to take you down to Cañón Sin Nombre
Okay.
and do the whole loop, do the mud caves, do Diablo drop-off. Then we're going to do the Fish Creek Trail and just drive around, take you to the Slot Canyon and show you around, and then we can go to Borrego Springs so you can see the town, and after that maybe Funds Point and see what happens.
Alright.
I'm really glad to see you here, to meet you.
That's awesome. I'm happy to be here too. One.
Under what? What pressure?
15.
15, okay. So these are the mud caves at the Arroyo Tapiado.
So this is all just hardened mud, not rock.
Mud, yeah.
Wouldn't it all come collapsing down at the first torrential downpour?
It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, but I imagine a lot of it does erode.
Yeah. This is that first opening.
There's that hole, watch your step. Walking in from the desert into the entrance of the cave was just so amazing.
Feel the air blowing out of the fresh air.
Yeah. The route you showed me today was absolutely awesome. It really was. I know I didn't see everything you wanted to show me, but I mean gave me a really great taste of Anza-Borrego.
Yeah, this is a beautiful place, but there's so much more to see.
Yeah. Yesterday was such an awesome day with Marco. Overland X on Instagram. Marco took me all around the desert all afternoon into the evening and really highlighted some amazing places in the Anza-Borrego. Furthermore, we really clicked, and I feel like I made a great friend. So thank you very much for everything you did, Marco. I'm really grateful. So give him a follow on Instagram. He's got some fantastic imagery. It's OVRLNDX. Oh, and his Jeep is amazing. He's an absolute perfectionist, and he makes everything himself, and it's beautiful. Heading further west into Ramona. I'm gonna find a coffee shop, sit down in front of my computer, do some work today, and figure out my next move. Alright, back at the Ramona Starbucks. Catch up on some more work. Today I pushed a little further west to Ramona, California. That's not that much further than Julian, so I'm taking really tiny steps, but there was a Starbucks, and I was able to get a lot of work done, which was nice. And Tonight I'm staying in the mountains north of Ramona. I forget what they're called. I should have looked at my map before I started recording. But it looks like a decent place. I'm still at a bit of a loss. California's challenging. There's a lot of land regulations, a lot of private land. When you look at a map, there isn't an obvious place that you can say, okay, there's a patch of wilderness. I'm sure I can find camping in there. I find that in SoCal, you can't be sure of that anywhere. I spend a lot of time worrying. This isn't something that's new to this adventure. This is a personality trait of mine. I get so worked up over things that might happen tomorrow that I get into bed and I essentially pull the covers over my head. When I need to forget about that stuff, I need to forget about what might happen tomorrow, and I just need to focus on the moment where everything is perfectly fine. It's something that I'm cognizant of, but it's not something that I seem to be able to manage very well. Oh shit, look at those bees. That tree is full of bees. I was at Starbucks in Ramona this morning, and a gentleman who was driving by outside recognized my Jeep parked out front. He came in to say hi, and we chatted. His name was Tim, and he's a fellow overlander, and we had a really nice conversation. Tim, if you're watching this, it was great to meet you. That being said, I'm very approachable. So guys, if you see me anywhere, please don't hesitate to just drop by and say hi. I would love to meet you. Wow, I really suck at framing this shot. It's Thursday night coming from Ramona, California. I'm heading back to camp, the same place I camped last night with all the bees. It's been an awesome week. 4th of July, met Marco, and we toured the Anza-Borrego, which is beautiful. Just really had an awesome time. I want to thank you guys for continuing to watch and all of the positive feedback and the support that I've been getting. I really appreciate it. As usual, keep spreading the word. Just letting people know what I'm doing and telling them about my adventure. That means a lot to me, and that really helps me. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on the coast.